Alright, welcome back to another video. Valentine's Day is this Friday, alright? So we about to make a big Valentine's Day meal for you, for anyone that wants to make it for their significant other. If you're like me this Valentine's Day, I'm gonna just make it for myself. I'm gonna eat both. You know what? That's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna make filet mignon with scallops, twice baked potato, asparagus, and a purple cauliflower puree. All right. So this dish is gonna be a little bit more romantic, hopefully, a little for Valentine's Day. You know, instead of going out, getting dressed up, making reservations or waiting for a restaurant, like, you know, all that stuff. And it's cold out too. Nobody want to go out in the cold. Alright, so we're gonna stay home and we're gonna have a Valentine's Day dinner for your significant other or for yourself. If you do make this for your significant other, I guarantee you will get laid that night. I guarantee it, alright? And if you don't, money back, alright, cool? Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna bake our potatoes. Alright, so the thing that's gonna take the longest is your potatoes, because we're gonna actually bake them twice, right? So at first you just wanna like poke a bunch of holes in them just to let the steam out and the skin doesn't kind of explode on us. And then you literally just wanna wrap it with foil and then just pop it in the oven for about 45 minutes. And then yeah, that's simple. Alright, so while the potatoes in the oven, you kind of want to start on your puree. So here we have purple cauliflower. Look how nice it looks. Looks like some purple kush, but no, look how nice it looks. And then we're just gonna use about half of it. We're gonna saute them in a little bit of butter first. So, alright, so I melted some butter in the pan, as you can see right here. And then we're just gonna add all our cauliflower to it. And you just want to kind of saute the cauliflower just for like a little bit. Cauliflower puree, you're just gonna saute it for like a good maybe 3 minutes. Just kind of start getting a little flavor, and then you're just gonna pour your vegetable stock in. And you kind of want to fill it like maybe halfway. Like that's kind of good. I don't know if you can see. And you're gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. And then you're just gonna cover it, and then you're gonna let it simmer. And once it starts simmering, that's when we're gonna add like cream before we blend it. All right, guys. All right, so kind of let it simmer for a little bit, and it's starting to simmer. And once it starts simmering, we're gonna turn down the heat a little bit, and then we're just gonna add some of the cream. And everything I'm doing, I'm literally just gonna kind of eyeball it. So add in a good amount of cream because we might have to add in more later. So yeah, and then we're gonna let that simmer, but we're not gonna put a top on it. We're just gonna let this simmer for a little bit. All right, and then after that, we're just gonna strain it. So yeah. All right, so while the cauliflower is simmering with the cream, you're gonna let it simmer until the cauliflower is like really, really soft. And I'm gonna show you what the perfect way is to check when they're really soft. So meanwhile, we're gonna work on our asparagus. Now we had a whole bunch of asparagus, but I only picked about 9. So what I did is I cut the stems off and I washed the vegetables. Just wash all your vegetables, all your potatoes. Like, if y'all think I don't wash my stuff or I don't wash my hands, I'm just not gonna show it. Like nobody wants to see that. All right, anyway, so really simple. So usually I like to grill asparagus, but we're just gonna saute them. And then you're just gonna need, all right, so you're just gonna need, literally, usually I like to grill them, but we're gonna saute them, and I'm just gonna sprinkle a lot of salt on them just to season them. Yeah, they need a lot of salt. And then just a lot of pepper. I like coarse ground pepper. And like you can bake them too. Like if you're gonna bake them, this is what I would do. I would just I would season them. I would set them up with tinfoil. I would put a bunch of lemons on them because we are gonna add lemon to them. You turn your pan on, get it hot. This is boiling, so we're gonna check on our cauliflower. And like, you just want to make sure they're like really, really soft. So they're not there yet. So you just want to keep simmering them until they get soft. All right. So let's just let that go. And you want to feel the heat. If you want to test if the pan's hot enough, just throw water on them. So like my hands are a little wet. Just throw water on them. If you hear a sizzle, it's hot. It's not hot. So yeah, we're just gonna simmer these really quick. It's like super simple. It's like nothing too fancy. And if you want to do your asparagus, I'm only doing 9 because I'm going to make a lot. And then just saute them. And go. Yeah, just make sure you keep turning them so they're all equally brown. And then yeah. Alright, so we let this kind of simmer for a while. I had to turn it down just so the cauliflower, just so the cauliflower can get kind of soft. So like when it's like super soft to where like, oh yeah, see, so it's like when it's super soft to like where you can crush it with a spoon like that, that's when you know it's ready. First batch turned out, so I decided to do the cauliflower puree again, but this time to just do it with cream and not the vegetable broth, because the vegetable broth that I chose was way too it was way too much of a brownish color, so I just didn't like how it looked. So we're gonna do the same thing. It's like we're just gonna strain everything onto here. So it's like, as you can see, it's not a lot of cauliflower. So strain everything onto here. I seasoned all the cauliflower with just salt, no pepper, because we don't want it to turn a little bit of a weird color. Unless you have white pepper, then I guess it's fine. All right, so you just pour it all into your blender. So you can see it's not a lot. And you're gonna add just a little bit of the soup to it. All right, and then you might keep adding soup depending on how you think it looks. So we're just gonna, let's go ahead and blend it. All right, I think that's a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's way better. See? So yeah, there's the purple cauliflower puree. All right, so the potato, I took it out of the oven. It took like an hour, so it was in the hour or so. So you just want it just a little bit mushy. You don't really want it to be too firm. So I'm just gonna cut it in half. See how it looks on the inside. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab a hand and I'm gonna grab my spoon and I'm gonna start scraping it off. I'm gonna start scraping kind of like a hole in between, but I'm gonna leave a little bit on the sides just so it doesn't. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in just a little bit of sour cream. We already have our open sour cream here. Maybe like a spoonful. Incorporate it with the potato. The potato's still kind of hot, but just try to get it a little bit. We're just trying to get this a little bit more creamy. You see, it's kind of like consistency. And we're gonna add in some grilled onions. I mean some green onions, not grilled onions. And then some cheese, all right? So we're gonna add a good amount of cheese. And then we're just gonna start. We wanna make sure it's all seasoned nicely. And add in a little bit of pepper. Is the oven on? So we're gonna actually bake this again. A little bit more pepper. Should I try it? Where's the piping bag? All right, so I put it in a piping bag and I'm just gonna try to pipe it into here. Should look nicer than this, but you know, it's gonna taste really, really good. All right, and then just add a little bit more cheese on top. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this in the oven. Pop it, even though it's just one, we're just gonna pop it in the oven until all the cheese on top is a little bit more melted. All right, so just. Alright, so look how nice that looks. Alright, so time for the best part. So we have our filet mignons. Oh, I can already tell they're super tender. So what you want to do is like you want to take them out like half an hour before you before you're actually about to even cook them, because you want them to have like a room temperature. That way when you get into the pan, they're not cold and they won't turn the heat down from the pan. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a lot of salt. So you might think it's a lot, but it's like, but you really need a lot. Yeah, so it's a lot. So you just want to be super generous with it. Make sure you salt all the sides. This is gonna help form that crust, and make sure you use kosher salt and not iodized salt, because it's gonna give so much of a better flavor. And then same with the pepper. Try not to use like pepper powder, like that pepper's dead. This is like coarse ground pepper, so this is just a little bit It's just a little bit like better. It's like it's gonna form a nice crust, and you might think it's salty, but it's really gonna bring out all the umami flavor. So just close. You gotta crust it. All right, that's it. Nothing else to the steak. All right, so you want it to kind of start smoking a little bit. You want it to get super hot so you can feel the heat coming off. I'm gonna use a cast iron skillet just because it generates heat really, really well, but you don't want to kind of touch the sides because it's pouring a good amount of oil. So I get it to all the sides. You know, it's hot, so you don't really want to touch this type of pan. You can use whatever type of skillet you want. We're only gonna do one at a time. I'm trying to think which one. You know what? This one's a little bit nicer. So the side that you want to serve, so I want to serve this side. I'm gonna put it face down first. Put it away from you, and you're literally just gonna let it go. But with the filet mignon, you have to kind of just get the crust on the side. So just let it go at first because it's gonna need time to form a little crust before you have to turn it. All right, so as you can see, look at that how nice and brown it got. So like the way you could tell that it formed a nice crust at the bottom is that it doesn't stick when you try to flip it. So you're gonna like just turn it around. Try to circulate the pan. All right, so you wanna like start searing all the sides once the second side is done. Cause you want all the sides to have like a nice brown even coating. Make sure you have enough fat. Everything. All right, so that's my favorite part. Is we're gonna butter baste it. So we add in the butter. We add in our garlic and our thyme sprigs. And once that butter starts to melt, we're gonna sort of tilt it. So what we're gonna do is like we're gonna tilt it, and all this flaky butter. We're just gonna start coating the top of the thing. This is gonna give it such a nice flavor. Careful not to burn butter. Trust me, the flavor on this is gonna be insane. Alright, so you wanna have your oven preset to around 400 degrees because we're gonna put this in for like about, depending on the temperature you want. I personally love medium rare. We're gonna put it in for about 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, we're gonna leave it in the oven for about 5 minutes. Later, I'll do the other steak. So that's just to kind of get you an idea of like how it's supposed to be done. Should be like medium rare. It's what I want it to be. So the way you could test is like it's a little firm and by how soft it is. So I don't want it too soft, so see, I can still put my finger in it. So it should be good. So I'm gonna let it rest for about like 7 minutes because if you put it in right away, all the juices are gonna flow out. That way all the juices stay in. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do our scallops. So I have here 12 scallops and I'm just gonna use like the best ones. So the thing with the scallops is you're not gonna season them until right when they go into the pan, because if you put salt and pepper on them, as soon as they go in like let's say half an hour and then you just set it aside seasoned, all that salt and pepper is gonna suck the moisture out of the scallops, so it's gonna be a dry scallop. So I have my pan ready. I'm just gonna generous amounts of salt, like always. Turn each scallop. I think I made a mistake picking too many scallops. So I'm just gonna pick the best ones, you know, because well, why not? Alright, so we're gonna put our oil in the pan. And we're just gonna circulate the pan. And scallops cook super quickly. So I'm just gonna do about 6 of them. And we're gonna have them each on side. The scallops cook super quickly, so you just want to put them on that because you want a hard sear on them like everything. And it's literally almost like, depending how high your pan is and how good your pan is, it's literally almost like 30 seconds aside. Like not 30 seconds, 60 seconds aside, I mean. Ooh. This one does not have a crust on. That one's disappointing. Look how nice that one is. Alright, so it's time to plate. I got this weird thing. So this normally like cake goes on this thing, but I was looking for like marble plates and they didn't have any, but you know, I digress. Alright, so first, let's make this really fancy. This is where I get nervous. Screaming like that. Let's go. Alright, so we got thing. And we're gonna go from like biggest to smallest. Go right here. From biggest to smallest right there. And then we're gonna place our baked potato right in the middle. And then I want to do some asparagus. Always do odd numbers, never do like more than that. So I want to do like this almost. And we're gonna have a perfect steak right on top. Alright, so have that steak. And then we're just gonna put a little water crust on these just to make it look nice. And put some on. Oh, I actually topped the scallops with lemon. I forgot to say that. And this is your Valentine's Day dinner. So instead of going to a fancy restaurant, making reservations, you can just make this at home. Simple as that. I have more asparagus. So we have the scallops, the sauteed scallops, the purple cauliflower puree, the twice baked potato, and then the beautiful filet mignon. Thank you very much. This is gonna be the thing. The filet mignon, you guys could put any temperature you want. I personally like medium rare, but I know there's like weirdos like out there that like well done. Like I don't know how to do that, but if you're gonna do it well done, you crazy. Do like a sauce on it because I don't want you choking on that dry steak. All right, so instead of going out, make this for your significant other. Just like make it a date night. Like honestly, I don't really want to go to a restaurant when I can do this. So I'm gonna try it. So thank you for all the support. Stay on the lookout for more videos. Hopefully I can make more soon. I really appreciate all the support I get, especially from my family and friends. It's always surprising like how big the support is. So like thank you all. Now it's time to dig in and then clean up.